Hello farmers and welcome back to Western Australia where I'm finishing up cutting the grass in our grass field, of course. I just got back from actually fertilizing field number 23 for a contract that paid about 13 grand. Although I did spend some of that money to fill up the fertilizer spreader before I went down there. So the money went up maybe like 10 grand, I think-ish, somewhere around there. Meanwhile, we do have a worker continuing to cultivate field number 5. But I've taken on another cultivating job as well. So we got 3 cultivating jobs in total that need to get done. I don't remember which one I rented the equipment for, but I'm thinking it is field number 5. So when that contract gets done, I got to make sure I keep that contract until I complete the other 2. Because if I complete the contract after it's done, they're going to take the machines back with them. So I got to make sure I keep them and we can keep on cultivating, because the other 2 jobs I just hit accept, so I gotta use the case quad, I think it is, and the version stock. I don't know how to pronounce that. That cultivator there. But yeah, big news. Well, for you it was yesterday, but I just watched the trailer from Giants that they're going to release tomorrow, for me, anyways. Very interesting news, and in case you missed it, I think I'm actually going to make a reaction video to the trailer. I mean, you've already seen it, so I can actually, it's kind of interesting. I can talk about it to you now, but I can't talk about it like on Discord or anything like that. But anyways, yeah, in case you missed the news, November 12th, Farming Simulator 25. I don't think it was a surprise to anyone that Farming Simulator 25 was going to be the announcement. But what we could see, I've only watched the video, I think twice I watched it. Once I was trying to look for certain things, but the main thing that we can see is, yeah, November 12th, Farming Simulator 25 will be released. Rice will be the new crop type. I was kind of looking for dynamic ground in the video. Like I said, I've only seen the video twice, but I had to come in and record this video. I have to get this video prepped for you guys to watch it today. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and watch it a few more times and make a reaction video on it, and I'll probably actually post it at the same time their video goes live, because that's when we can actually talk about it. But yeah, I don't really see like dynamic ground, but I'll have to take a closer look at it. I'm guessing there might be a map for Southeast Asia, possibly. It kind of has that feel to it. It's a CGI trailer, so I can't take too much from it, but you can take a little bit from it, right? So I didn't see no pricing or anything like that. You can, I think from what I saw in the email, that you can pre-order once, well, it's already gone live, but I think you can pre-order Farming Simulator 25 right now. I think if you pre-order, you get some, you'll get some special things when you do pre-order. But yeah, I think I'll make a reaction video to it, and well, I'll talk about it all in the video. It's probably gonna be a short video. The CGI video is like a 2.5 minute video in case you missed it. So yeah, you can either watch it on Farming Simulator or Giants Farming Simulator YouTube channel, or watch my reaction video if I make one. I haven't made it yet, but I do plan to do so. Anywho, can I turn off the mower? I think I can. I think we're done cutting the grass here. Let me just take a quick trip around to see we got every blade cut. So far, so good. Yeah, the worker did, of course, most of the work. I just did, like, well, the last bit you saw that I did with you. So that's all the grass cutting I did. Looks like we got some pieces over here that need to be cut. There we go. That little piece there. We'll get this little piece over here. I don't know if I got over the hour on the mower, but I would assume I did. So I'm not too worried about getting that extra leasing fee, because I'm sure that's already been applied. So the Massey Ferguson will be on the baler, and of course we'll be in the John Deere with the windrower. I think someone did mention about the fast baler. I should use the fast baler, be easier because of the round baler. I'm not too worried about it because we got the selectable bale baler, and the bales are so big, the worker is not waiting for the bale to get unloaded off the back. So, I mean, it's got to collect 50,000 liters of grass, give or take. And by the time the bale comes out the back and it wraps and drops it, the baler still hasn't gotten a full bale. So that's not an issue, at least with the way our setup is going. All right, into the mowers. Yeah, 1 hour and a third is what I use it. So make sure we return that. Yes. Good. So that leaves the bale loader, the baler, and the windrower that we got leased. Meanwhile, how are we doing in that contract field? It must be getting along. 81% done. So these are the contracts that we currently got. Like 50, 70, 80, 92. Probably like $85,000 worth of contracts right there. So that's going to be a good payout. And most of that is going to go towards that loan, as we paid off a little bit last episode as well. And actually, we paid off enough that loan now. We're saving ourselves some money. And now the farm is worth a little bit more by doing so. That we can actually take out another loan if we wanted to. But we're not going to, I think, until our current loan is paid off. All right, let's get this all set up here. So, like, as we know, when we do this setup, that the baler, the worker with the baler, is going to miss some of the swath, but there's only so much we can do about it. I'll have to go around and pick some of it up later on. And usually I get one more bale out of it. We'll turn that on. Walk all the way around that. We don't want to get caught in that. And then we'll use a bale trailer to go around and pick up the bales afterwards. And once we get done picking up the bales, we'll return that, because I don't need that until June when I sell the silage bales. Hopefully by then, maybe I can afford the trailer itself. Or if not, we'll just go ahead and lease it for another day. Make sure I turn on change bale size. What? Oh, that's right, because it's lease. Let me go ahead and change that to 159s. Kind of forgot that it's released, so the settings are all different. They set back to the base settings and turn on automatic drop. And now we get follow me to follow me. And we should be all set to go. We all set. Oh, it's Frank. All right, well, this should be interesting. See how Frank gets along today. It's a beautiful day, Frank, so don't give me any problems. You know, the sun's out. We're making silage bales. The farm's making money. You get to travel the world with me as we go from farm to farm. What's not to like what we're doing? There we go. Yeah, so very interesting to see. You know, we got the release date for Farming Simulator 25. I mean, we're going to look at it now and say it's a ways off, but by the time November 12th gets here, we're going to think it has come rather quickly. So, at least now, future planning, I can kind of plan on the channel, at least, that when November 12th rolls around, that, you know, I got to leave a spot open for Farming Simulator 25 and starting a series on that. I'll probably do the same thing like it did for Farming Simulator 22. And for those who weren't around when FS22 came out, we started on Elm Creek. Now, usually I like to play on hard mode, hard economy, that is, so on and so forth. But with, you know, being a new game and everything, I think we'll probably play on easy, or I may just cheat in the money. We're just going to try all the new stuff in Farming Simulator 25. Not really do a proper Let's Play. We're just going to be looking at all the new stuff, trying out the new stuff. I know there's already maps out there in FS22 that do rice, but I haven't done them at all. So maybe you have. I don't know how much it's going to be the same from those modern maps to what we're going to get in FS25. But yeah, we'll be just trying a whole bunch of stuff. I'll throw in a whole bunch of cash so we can buy everything, get fields properly ready and everything. The one thing I was kind of looking into as well, like I said, I've only seen the trailer twice so far. With rice being the crop, the new crop, I wonder if they're also going to introduce irrigation to our farming fields. They didn't really show it, but they did show them flooding the rice fields. So I'm wondering if we can, somehow integrate, irrigation into the fields. That would be kind of interesting. But like, the only thing I really got out of that, that CGI currently, maybe I'll pick something up when I do my reaction to it, is November 12th and rice. And I really didn't see dynamic ground, unfortunately. Something that I don't say we all been looking for, but many people in the farming simulator community have been looking for dynamic ground for quite a while. I think it was the number one thing people requested for FS22. But yeah, looking at the CGI, I did not really see it shown there, but yeah, later on today when I do that reaction video, maybe I'll catch it. I'll have to look a little bit harder. But meanwhile, Frank is going to be right behind us, I hope. The one thing I didn't do was change the bale wrap. But you know what? That's a good thing. Because I'll be able to tell, the pink ones are the first, is the first cut of grass, and the white ones will be the second cut. Now, of course, when, let's see, April, May, June, when June rolls around, we should be doing the same procedure again right here. But unfortunately, of course, the grass takes 3 months to ferment in a silage bale. So we won't be selling those right away. We'll have to, wrap those up, put those to the side. But these set of bales that we're making here, along with the ones that we made 3 months ago, they should all be fermented. And we'll make a whole bunch of cash by bringing them down to the sell point. And hopefully by then, the way the contracts are going, I may not even have the current loan that we have. Maybe we'll have a new loan. But, depending on the situation, I'm thinking we're either going to pay off the loan that we have or just throw it at some new machinery. But either way, I think we'll be buying something. You know me, I can't have money in my bank account. I got to spend it on something. That's for darn sure. Oh yeah, in last episode I was talking about doing some pasta probably on this map. And after I got done editing last episode and started uploading, I was like, what are you thinking? Pasta has to be on Hills of Tuscany. Italian map. That's so yeah, if you're not watching Hills of Tuscany, you didn't see yesterday's episode, we are doing pasta on that right now. Yeah, right now, literally. Yesterday's episode, we got the pasta up and going. Pasta is being starting to be made by Rosa. See how she does, and we should make some decent money off of it, I do believe. So no pasta here. Yeah, I think for productions on this map, because my job really on this map is just to get the farm up and going for Hudson or Hutto. And we really don't want to be buying a whole bunch of production buildings on the map itself. That's why, like when we get sheep and such, I don't plan on doing a spinnery and fabric, but we are going to have our juicer over here, our fruit and vegetable juicer, and we're going to have orchards. And that's pretty much, I think, to the extent of what we're going to be doing here. Yeah, the cattle, I'm not in a rush to get, because it seems like originally I just wanted to do cattle because I wanted the solid manure to help make the compost, because compost is what needed for the greenhouses and the orchards. But at the rate we're going through the compost, I think we're getting a lot of organic compost from the productions that I may not need that much solid manure. But I think we are going to have cattle here anyways, just because if I'm going to have sheep, I might as well have cattle. Because either way, I got to make hay or to make TMR. Plus, we're going to have a sugar plant where I'm going to use the same one as I do on Hills of Tuscany, which means I can make TMR off the byproduct of that sugar plant. So I might as well have cows here. It won't be too bad, that's for darn sure. Alright, so how are you doing back there, Frank? Well, Frank is still chugging along. And we almost got one headland done. So I'm hoping by the time we finish making laps around our grass field that, I don't know who's actually cultivating the field over there, but they're done with field number 5, which is the biggest of the 3 contracts. So once I get that done, I can move them on to another one. And when we get done windrowing here, I will move over and we'll jump into the case quad. And we'll go ahead and cultivate either the remainder of the field, whatever they're in, and maybe another small field. But let's go ahead and throw some tunes on, and we'll get this field windrowed, baled. I will have to go back around afterwards, though, to pick up the little pieces. But I'll do that afterwards. But yeah, let's get this field cleaned up, baled up, and we can move on to cultivating. Well, not the whole field is quite complete, but I just noticed that the contract in field number 5 is complete. So I think we're going to go over there, grab that, and we'll start cultivating another field. And I can finish up this job in between episodes, because, I mean, we've seen this before. Yeah, it's just a rinse, lather, repeat kind of a type thing. So, yeah, we're getting the job done here. The bales are coming out nicely wrapped. Frank is doing a good job. You know, before, and I've always said this, that, you know, I wish, you know, they could fix to where when baling, that it doesn't miss the swath going, you know, from one direction to another. That could be actually the follow me mod causing that, because yeah, every time we do grass fields or baling on American Falls or whatever map I've been on, of course I'm always in the windrower, and I got the mod follow me doing the baling. So it could be the mod causing that, because you can't really hire a worker, a base game worker, to bale behind you. So yeah, maybe it's the follow me mod that misses the swath going one direction, not the other. Still don't know why that would be, but, you know. So yeah, I have no idea. Let's finish up this pass right here. And I'll get sort of lined up. And that way I can complete this later on. But we should get 24 bales again, I would think. Hopefully we don't hit that tree. Nope, we missed it. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good setup that we have here with the 6230. The windrower and all that. And I'm actually glad that Massey Ferguson can handle the baler. Now let's go ahead and we'll just turn this off right here. So we'll say, how many bales did we make so far? 16 of them so far. But I mean, yeah, we should know that's 24, right? All right, let's tab and we'll find the worker here. I mean, there's a good chunk left, but this is a big field. Let's go ahead and dismiss the worker. And we'll fold this up. While we're folding that up, let me just go ahead and look at the contract. Yes, this is the one I borrowed the items on. Leasing was $10,000 for this one. All right. So field 13 and 22. We're going to go do 22 because I assume that's a smaller field. And we should get that done rather quickly. So field number 22 is going to be down here somewhere. I think. Ah, right here. Okay, right across the river. And the other one's going to be field number 13. Okay. That was the potato field. 1 potato, 2 potato. All right, so we're going over here, and we are currently way over here. So let's get going. I'll try not to drive any of the farmers' fields if I can help it. But I probably can't help myself in doing that. Well, the one thing I have to worry about in Western Australia is knocking over the road signs. They're in. You're not going to push them over. Kind of hard to make that corner with this setup, but we got around. And if I did own the field on either side, there would be some crop destruction. Traffic was pretty good to me coming down the road. Without going in any farmers' fields, I was able to get down through, no problem. Like I said, I have fertilized this field once before. Still a pretty big field. But hopefully with this setup here, won't take me too long. And actually, I think it's the field right there. And I'm just trying to figure out how far down do I have to go to get across. Alright, well, just might as well keep on taking this right here. Because it will bring me to the corner of the field that we got to do anyways. Some interesting patterns to the field themselves. And we'll cross the river here. And we have arrived. It's going to take me a while to get this field done as well. But I think we can say that about every field here in Western Australia. Turn the beacons off. Cultivator down. But once all these cultivating jobs are done, we should get around 80 grand for them all, which means we should be somewhere at 100 grand in the bank account. I do want to keep some money around, so maybe we'll pay off like 70,000 and I'll keep about 30, and fingers crossed that some fertilizing contracts will come up. I guess the potato field being a cultivating job is not that bad. I was kind of hoping when I was harvesting those potatoes that the plowing contract would come up, because being potatoes, the field's going to need to be plowed, right? And we got the plow and we got the Massey Ferguson. But since I'm doing a cultivating job in it, I don't think a plowing contract's going to come up. But you never know. You know, the farmers, you know, it's their field. They may want to do what they want to do with it. But either way, I think doing the potato field with a wider implement. Let's see, that plow that we got is a 9-meter plow, and this is a 14-meter wide cultivator. I think it is anyways. It's going to take me a while just to get a headland done. Yeah, so do look, like I mentioned early on, I'm going to do a reaction to the release video of the CGI for Farming Simulator 25. Hopefully it went out yesterday. And for me it would be in the morning, depending on where you live in the world. I'm just going to react to what we see. Maybe pause the video here and there. Well, I probably will have to pause the video here and there. And we'll just stare at the screen for a second, see what we can get from it. But just remember that it's all CGI, if you haven't seen it. And it's not real in-game gameplay for the most part. And maybe you guys will catch something that I didn't catch. I'm sure there's going to be something that is in the video that I'm not going to see, that other people will have a keen eye and catch. Like, did you notice this? I was also kind of hoping, you know, maybe we'll get more information as well in a couple of weeks when FarmCon happens. Maybe they'll announce more stuff for Farming Simulator 25. I was kind of hoping for things like pesticides and stuff like that for taking care of your crops. Water irrigation for your field, so like if it hasn't rained in a certain amount of time, that your fields are going to need some water. So irrigation could be something that we could be doing. I hope rice is not the only new crop, but you know, like Farming Simulator 22, we got new crops out of the gate, being grapes and olives, and then with the premium edition, we got the carrots, red beets, and parsnips. So maybe just rice to begin with, and maybe after, you know, in year 2 pass or whatever it might be, we might get some other crops as well. Only time will tell. So we got, what, 5 months? Give or take? About 5 months before FS25 comes out. And as I said, probably first thing I'll be doing is getting a rice field going. Giving it a go. Actually, it may not be a bad idea. Of course, the way my series are going right now. Yeah, Hills of Tuscany. Yeah, maybe after Hills of Tuscany, because that series will probably end before this one does. I would probably be a good idea to find... I know there's a few maps out there. I don't know if they're on the Mod Hub or not. But do one of the maps that have rice on it and just trying to get an idea of how they did it. And maybe we'll have an idea when FS25 comes out and how to actually farm rice a little bit. See what the differences are. So maybe we'll just have a quick go in Farming Simulator 22 with the map with rice on it and see how they implement it. So that way when 25 comes out, we can be like, oh, look at the changes they made, or is this better, or is it not better? But I got a ways to go before Hills of Tuscany ends, and we're just getting our feet wet here in Australia, so it'll be a bit. But like I said, we got 5 months. Might take me 5 months to cultivate this field. And this is the smaller of the two. Hopefully here soon, though, in Australia. And I'm hoping it'll happen within, maybe not, well, it could be next episode, depending on what contracts come up. That we'll be getting to June/July. We can sell these silage bales and all the contracts we're doing, that we can expand the farm, get some more new equipment in, and that way we're not every 2 episodes or every 3 episodes cutting the grass. But it's very vital that we do so because it brings in good money. And maybe we can start expanding. Maybe looking at field 4. Did they plant anything in field number 4? Oh yeah, canola, because that's the same thing. Yeah, I remember now. That's the same thing that we planted down here in field number 6. Well, we could... I said field number 4. It's actually field number 3. We could, you know, eventually buy that by next season and get that all squared away by soil sampling, lime spreading, fertilizer spreading, all that stuff. And when we harvest 1 canola field, we can do 2 and just sell the crop straight up. Or, as I mentioned, I may put down a silo just to get us by until we buy a big one and store the canola, depending on our financial situation. So either save the canola and sell it at the best price, or I probably won't make up my mind until it comes time to harvest the canola. So we got a little bit to go on that. And we can see what the going price is when we're harvesting it, seeing how big of a difference it is. If it's a huge difference, then maybe we'll purchase a silo. But then again, will that justify buying the silo? Would I make $10,000 off that crop by saving it? If not, because I think that's what Omatana's silos go for, is like 10 grand. If not, then I'm buying a silo for 10,000 just to make an extra 5 or 6,000 on the crop. So it doesn't really make a profit that way. Things to think about in the future. But yeah, maybe next episode we could be in June/July selling the silage bales. And if the money goes really good, maybe start getting some sheep. So maybe when I cut the grass next time, we'll have to make some hay bales for the sheep. A lot of things could happen. Don't know. But the one thing I know will happen, well, a few things. These cultivating jobs will be done. We'll collect on those. So we might have 100 grand in the bank account by then. And the grass field will be nice and cleaned up. All the bales will be wrapped. We'll just have to pick them up and put them away. But anyways, yeah, we made it to that part in the video. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you're thinking about doing so, please do subscribe as well. But yeah, I need to wrap this video up so I can go ahead and do my reaction to Farming Simulator 25. Which, like, again, should be out yesterday. But yeah, we need to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Western Australia. But until then, have a good one.